What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, allegedly A-lease, and I'm here to give you my thoughts and my opinions on Married at First Sight. Let's talk about it. Before I get started, I want to thank each and every subscriber for your support. Thank you so much. Special shout out this week goes to Dig, and I hope I'm saying her name right, so I put it on the screen. I would love for you to stop by her page if you are a subscriber of mine, or if you have stumbled upon this page. Take a moment to check out Dig when you get a chance. She is a beautiful person who has an amazing voice. So thank you, Dig, for your support. And I hope that your channel continues to grow because you have such an amazing talent. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. The couples only have 9 days remaining until decision day, so they head to Hilton Head, South Carolina. But first, Haley wants to put the bracelet in Jacob's hand that she had her mother overnight AM delivery to her. At some point, someone's gonna have to be the adult in the situation and stop being petty Betty. They decide to take 2 separate vehicles. Since it's a 5-hour drive, they have nothing to discuss but everything to argue about. Jacob arrives first, picks his room, and falls in love with the eggs. So screw everybody now and later for breakfast, huh? Oh my God, Jacob. Haley arrives and instantly goes into a fit saying, "Oh my God, Jacob, we were supposed to be cooking for everyone. What are you doing?" Jacob's like, "Girl, you know better than to leave me alone with some steak and some eggs. Y'all took too long, so a brother got hungry. You lucky I didn't pull out the steak. Be grateful. Be grateful." The rest of the couples arrived minus Clara and Ryan due to work. And I mean, the girls haven't even set their bags down yet. And Haley's like, "Oh my God, girls, look at me. I'm cooking alone because he doesn't want to cook with me." And so the girls are like, "Girl, listen, I just had a 5-hour trip with a whole stranger. Let me just help you because I can't take on my drama and yours tonight." The couples all sit for dinner, and Virginia asks everyone, "Hey, what did you all learn throughout this process?" And Bree says, "Patience." And Godfather Vinny says he's learned to ask, "What is your compromise?" Because he hasn't learned how to compromise. He just knows how to ask. Now, as Jacob tries to express himself, Haley rudely cuts him off, tells him that he clearly doesn't understand the question when he does, and then goes into a long rant about how much she's learned and how much she's grown. Girl, stop. The only thing that is growing is your ego. Jacob hits back with, "I tell you what, this has been one long, never-ending, bad first date." In Bree's confessional, she says Jacob said what he said, and I agree. Round 2 of the Jacob and Haley fight starts, and she says 95% of this process has been hard. And Jacob says, "Let's go with 97%. Shoot for the moon." Because I say 100% of this has been painful to watch. As Jacob and Haley cool off between boxing rounds, Virginia attempts to share how she feels, but she struggles getting it out. Basically saying something to the effect of, "I love Erik, but I don't like him a lot." So he slaps back with, "I've really had to be patient with this one right here." Fake laugh, but I mean it. I guess the producers could feel the tension in the room, so they set up a game for the couples to answer questions about their spouses. Ironically, Jacob is getting all the points. When it's the ladies' turn to answer questions, Haley maintains the lead, causing Jacob and Haley to win. See, y'all really like each other. The next day, Clara and Ryan join the other couples, and as Claire is getting settled in, Virginia storms in to say, "Hey, just wanted you to know Erik slept in here last night because we had a drunken argument." Claire's like, "But did he say I love you though?" They join the other ladies, and Claire decides to go on this "we're doing things our way" campaign, when literally every episode has been about how Claire is going crazy because of how slow Ryan is moving. Claire, stop volunteering information. The ladies all have that same plastered look on their face of, yeah, girl, you tell them, girl. When they all sat in the same room 2 episodes ago, listening to Clara go off. We all know better, Clara. Just stop. Virginia says more of the same about Erik needing more physical touch and her needing more space. And she says, while it's difficult, we're going to continue to have these difficult conversations. No, ma'am, you're going to keep shutting down and keep sweeping things under the rug because you two are drama hoarders. Erik and Virginia go on a picnic date, and Virginia says, I've never had the desire to stay and fight for anything, but this marriage makes me want to stay and fight for us. Erik's like, don't stay and fight because you're married. Stay and fight because you want to. He says, I need more from you because that argue to make up vibe, that's going to get old real quick. Bree and Vince go horseback riding, and of course it takes a little kick in the side, and I'm not talking about to the horse, for Vince to finally get up on his high horse. After they finish, Vince says, listen, don't sign me up to be adventurous about anything. That's not what I do. So Bree says, you wouldn't go swim with the sharks? That's not what I do. I don't swim with the fishies. I make people swim with the fishies. Boy, you too much. We see a scene with Jacob and Haley where they are tasked to list positive qualities about the other person, and they definitely needed this scene. They both have sweet, kind words to say about each other. So kudos, Haley and Jacob, for being adults for a moment. Now it's time for Ryan's love letter to Clara. Ryan writes a generic thank you letter to Clara and closes it with love, Ryan. Poor Clara was anticipating the words I love you because she had her little tears drawn up. So she put those tears to good use in reading her letter to Ryan. Now after all those tears and her heartfelt words that she wrote to him, Ryan's response is literally, that's good to know for sure. And y'all talk about Jacob. At least give Ryan an honorable mention, for real. The ladies meet back up after their dates, and Haley shares with the ladies her positive exchange with Jacob. Now, Bree feels exactly how I feel. The way that Jacob and Haley fight is clearly because they care, and Haley's just conflicted. I really believe that if everyone said that Jacob was so hot, that all of a sudden she would be in love with that man. Here we go again. Clara sharing everything she didn't share with her husband with the ladies. She says while she appreciates the way he treats her, she needs to know that she's loved and wanted. Why didn't you just say that to your man in your letter? Or to his face? Anyhow, it's Erik and Virginia's turn to cook for the couples. Each couple takes a turn at squaring up with the crabs that Haley and Jacob caught during their date. Godfather Vinny takes care of one of the crabs. But when it gets to Haley's turn, Haley literally tortures her crab into the boiling pot. Question, does that sound familiar? Over dinner, the couples discuss their post-filming plans and how they plan to compromise when it comes to living together and who's going to give up what. And so on Clara and Ryan, we find out that both of them have things that they're going to have to compromise on and get rid of when it comes to household decor. And so the item that bothers Clara the most is his vector art of some superhero kids. And in this moment, I got my entire life because Jacob called Ryan weird. Telling you, kettle, pot. This light, fun, and peaceful dinner quickly turns ugly when Virginia is adamant that she will continue to live in her home until Erik rents out his condo. Now, Virginia, this is super childish on your part because the last conversation that you all had, you immediately shut down about it and swept it under your hoarding rug. Clearly, you forgot to share all of these finalized demands with Erik and actually try to come to an agreement. Clara and Jacob attempt to mediate the conversation with some suggestions for compromise, but quickly retreat because they didn't sign up for another boxing match and no one wants to be the referee tonight. Virginia's next excuse is, moving sucks. I'm sorry, Virginia. I have no sympathy for you because anyone who fills out that extremely long application to be on Married at First Sight knows that there's a chance that they will be paired, they will get married, they may actually like the person, and they may stay together. So you knew that there was a chance that you would have to move. Miss me with it. I'm starting to think that Virginia thinks that this is a game show and not a reality show that has tied her to Erik legally. Later that night, Erik and Virginia pick back up on their argument, and Virginia is adamant that her cats will be sleeping in the bed wherever they decide to live, no matter what. I don't care how allergic you are to cats. Girl, that's your husband. It's time to return to Atlanta, and Jacob is the first up and out. But before he leaves, he wants to see if anyone grabbed that steak that he's been eyeing the entire trip. Anybody gonna eat this? Anybody? I'll take it. Of course, Vincent's mad that Bree woke him up, and so he decides to irritate her by saying she will be moving in with him. Swear you like a spoiled brat, like there's no compromise with you. Meanwhile, Haley is searching high and low for Jacob when literally this entire season she hasn't been checking for him. Okay, girl. Ryan announces that he is not ready to say I love you to the camera. However, in her own words, Clara tells the turtle that, I know you appreciate me, but it would be nice for you to say it every now and again. It's a start, Clara. It's a start. And that's where we leave it this week. So I want to know, was Jacob wrong for leaving early? Do you think that Erik and Virginia can work out their post-filming living arrangements? And how long do you think it will take Ryan to tell Clara he loves her? Let's chat about it down in the comments. Quick side note, I'm working to expand this channel as far as the reviews that I do. So I want to go ahead and cover unmatchables. Unfortunately, I need to get on the road so that I can go and be with my family and friends for a funeral this weekend. So I won't be able to do it this week, and I'm really not interested in covering someone who's overly gassy. Or someone who's judgmental about someone's size. So I'll pick back up with unmatchables next week. And I really hope that you understand. But I also, I've been taking notes on Ready to Love, but unfortunately my weekends have been tied up. So I'm gonna start on Ready to Love probably the second week of May when I finally stop traveling. I appreciate your patience as I seek to grow throughout this process. And so if there's any show that you would like for me to review, please feel free to drop it down in the comments or email me at allegedlyalease@gmail.com. Until the next time, I'm Allegedly Elise. Peace.